Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Module 2 of the Permitless Carry Masterclass. This module basically, like I alluded to before, who can and who can't. So let's jump right in. The first thing that you need to talk about is age, right? So here in Texas and federally, in most places, generally anyone who is at least 21 years old and can legally possess a firearm under federal law. So that's the provision, okay? At least 21 years old and can legally possess a firearm under federal law. Now, let's say who can't, and it's a long list, right? Who is prohibited? Any person who has been convicted in a court of crime punishable by imprisonment for a term exceeding 1 year. Maybe I should put my glasses on. A fugitive from justice. A person who is an unlawful user or addicted to narcotics or any other controlled substances, including medical marijuana. Any person adjudicated as a mental defective or has been committed to a mental institution. An illegal alien in the United States. Any military veteran who has been discharged from the military under dishonorable conditions. A person who has renounced their United States citizenship, an alien illegally living in the United States, and a person convicted in a court of a misdemeanor crime of domestic violence, or any person subject to a court order that restrains him or her from harassing, stalking, or threatening an intimate partner or child of such intimate partner or person, or engaging in conduct that would place a partner in reasonable fear of bodily injury to that partner or child provided by the court order. This is important because the order is issued after a hearing of which such person received a notice and had opportunity to participate. So if you've got if you or a person have a court order, restraining order or domestic violence order, things like that, you are not allowed by law to purchase or carry a firearm. Next, that court order includes a finding that you represent a credible threat to the physical safety of such partner or child, and its terms explicitly prohibits the use, attempted use, or threatened use of physical force against a partner or child that would reasonably be expected to cause bodily injury. And so, again, we talk about that court order, okay, or a conviction where you have used physical force in a domestic violence situation, and that could be found in United States Code 18 USC 922, subparagraph G. Continuing on with who cannot legally possess or carry it. And a lot of these are intermixed, right? Who cannot possess it, who cannot carry it, who can't own it. And please know that this is not an all-inclusive list. This list particularly pertains to the information found in the Texas Firearm Carry Act. Okay, here we go. Any individual convicted of a felony cannot possess a firearm. That's not new news. For at least 5 years after release from confinement, supervision, or parole, and it's whichever date is later here, not as soon as they get released, but 5 years after the date that they're released, okay? The latest date. After that period described above at any location other than the premises at which that person lives. Any individual convicted of a Class A misdemeanor assault under Texas Penal Code 22.01 involving a member of the person's family or household cannot possess a firearm for at least 5 years, again, after the release of confinement or community supervision, whichever date is later, and that's Texas Penal Code subscript 22.01. A person other than a peace officer who is subject to a protective order may not possess a firearm after receiving notice of an order until expiration or expulsion of the order. And that's Texas Penal Code 46.04. And here's some different types of convictions which can prohibit you from owning. And this has to happen between a 5-year period. Assault, deadly conduct, terroristic threat, discharging a firearm in a public place, and displaying a firearm in a public place. So, terroristic threat, whether it's with a firearm or not, discharging a firearm in a public place, accident or not, and displaying that firearm in a public place. So that is who can and who can't, and the reasons why they may not be able to. Let's take a quick break, and let's come back in a minute and talk about the can and cannot carry locations and how do we know.